What is going on, guys? It's Dan back with another Shot in the Dark reaction with more Ghost from their newest album, Skeletor. We are going to be reacting today to Marks of the Evil One, which is next. Honestly, it's actually killed me to have this album for so long and not be able to go through it. But at the same time, I've really enjoyed taking my time, enjoying one song, and then it really ingesting in all of the things that came before and then moving on to the next one. It's a really quite nice way of going through an album. It reminds me of when I had albums as a kid of my brothers. Do you know what I mean? Like going through like albums because you had to. There was no internet, so you just had a CD and you just dealt with whatever you had in your room. But yeah, so if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Dan. I'm a singer-songwriter from the UK. Make sure you're liking, you're subscribing to the channel, you're hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future videos, okay, guys? Keeping that algorithm machine moving. As you can see, to my right here, we now have a Discord, thanks to Stain, who is currently listening in. Beautiful man. And he has made us a lovely little Discord space, but at the moment it is just for the people that are going through Patreon, which is another segue to this beautiful list of Patreon members, of which I had to extend again. And you know what? I don't mind it. Keep doing it, man. Keep making it awkward for me to edit these videos, because that just means that you are just doing bits right now, and I appreciate it so much, guys. All the information about Patreon's in the description. That's including the Discord and all of those fun things. But we are going to jump in to Marks of the Evil One, and I am really excited for this one. I've got the lyrics in front of me, I've got my notes. All that's left to do is react. Let's go. All right, I'm ready for this one. Got Papa Duck ready. Oh, another thing as well, just before we carry on. I got some mummy dust, thanks to my wonderful wife, Molly. So, slowly falling down this rabbit hole to a point now where I'm buying pointless merchandise. What's going on with me? I love it, I love it. Right, Marks of the Evil One, guys. Are you ready? I am. Let's go. Oh, shit, that hit me so hard. Fuck. Oh, I like this. Ooh. Okay, so that's the verse. One rider has a bow, rides a steed white, and wears a crown, conquering. A second rider joins on a steed red, swinging a sword and mongering. So, two characters straight away. We've been introduced to two characters. In fact, actually, we've got three characters, because one's we've got one. Hang on, I'm getting really confused. We've got a rider with a bow who rides a steed of white and a crown. Okay, there is two riders. Oh my god. Can you tell it's a weekend? Mate, this is like already for me feels like it could have been on their last album. It actually does. Like musically, it hits you straight away. There's no like big build up. It just absolutely nails you straight away with a note, which I think is a G minor. I'm writing it down. I've written it down. It's too late. Let's have a listen again. Yeah. 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 A second rider joins on a steed red, swinging a sword, mongering. Oh man, honestly, this verse has so much drive to it already. And what's really cool is the instruments are going in tangent with Tobias's singing. So Tobias's singing is obviously driving the song quite a lot with quite a few lyrics. They're quite punchy straight away. There's no build up to this song, so that means that the lyrics have to hit pretty straight away, which they do. And what's cool about it is there's a piano that's following the melody, and it's just all moving in one direction at the moment, and it's really, really quite intriguing, and I'm really liking it a lot. In terms of what the lyrics mean at the moment, I'm not really sure. I think we go back to this. We go through the whole song, we go back through the lyrics, because at the moment, nothing's like jumping out at me. Just feels like a story at the moment of two people with different sort of abilities, different colours, you know, and also different ideologies, I think. Conquering and mongering are very similar, I suppose. But yeah, we're going into that pre-chorus, guys. Pre-chorus. This is cool. All right. Okay. The pre-chorus is like unreasonably like settled. Like it doesn't. It like normally a pre-chorus for ghost songs really leads us into the chorus with loads of build-up and drama. This one stays very sort of on the nose, kind of, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And it's a strange writing move, and I'm really intrigued as to why. My first thought is that the pre-chorus changes in the second time, because that was a really quite chilled pre-chorus, really. There was no like ramp to it, but there's been no ramp throughout this whole song. It's very interesting, and it's going to take me a few listens to really get my ears around this one. I'm sure I'm actually going to play it right from the start and get to where we just did, and just try and figure out the notes, figure out the story and everything, because at the moment I'm struggling to get my head around it a little bit. So let's do that. Let's try again. Yeah, so it's an E flat and a B flat at the end there. Yeah. Okay, I've got it. Okay, so the pre-chorus is very similar to the verse, but what's driving it is on this. There's a C major in the middle. Fall on us and hide us from the tyrant. It goes to a C major there. Then it says who is satanically enthroned. That's an F. Okay, and this C major, that's where the bass comes in, and that's what drives us. I was wondering what was different from the verse and pre-chorus, because the notes are very similar, because there is a C major in the first part as well, on the two ends of the first line and probably the first line of the second part of the first verse. So it's all matching, which is nice, but there is interesting little dynamic switches that are happening, and it's that bass that's the key here. Let me listen to that transition where the bass comes in, and I'll show you again. So the bass is there at the moment, but it's not high in the mix. It's kind of muddy. Now it's hear it there. It's chunky. And then we lead to a chorus. That's so cool. Oh man, this song is really different. I love the chorus. There's like a gang vocal on the two there's, which is giving it a little bit more of a sort of thicker vibe, which is cool. And then on the master spreading everywhere, there's a B flat. Woo! We got a B flat in a ghost song, guys. Who knew? But they always put a B flat in like specific areas for catchiness or hooks. And I figured this out now. I figured out the little things that Tobias likes to do, and a B flat always sits on a hook. Pretty much every ghost song. There's the B flat. B flat. and then he intentionally ends on a F major, which is cool, because then when we go to the next verse, I'm assuming we start on a minor again. So again, intentionally dropping us and intentionally lifting us up. I said this on an Impera song. Can't remember which one it was, but it's all ghost songs always remind me of like a claw machine in an arcade, picking you up, pulling you up, and then placing you somewhere else and putting you down, and then just keep doing it over and over and over again. That's ghost songs in a nutshell, man. It's not like a roller coaster, because a roller coaster's really traditionally up and down, but like there's movement to ghost songs. They move you from one part to another. They don't just... It's really, really odd. And when you get to it and you start to learn the little things that Tobias does in songwriting, it's really addictive, man. Because I like to just find it again. I found that B flat. I was like, yes, more B flats. Here we go. But yeah, we're going into a second verse now. I really like this chorus. I feel like there's a lot to build from this at the moment. Okay. So there's a lot of references here to horse riders, which is like what, like the horse riders of the apocalypse or something. It's very, very intriguing how the first verse and the second verse, even though there's a chorus and a pre-chorus between there and time between there, they actually link up. Like if you literally sang the second verse after the first one, it would actually just make sense. It would just be a very extended verse, because we start talking of a third rider and a fourth rider, and now we have 4 riders. But they all have different nuances. They all have different coloured steeds. They all have different things. A pair of scales in his hand. Hades follows him. So the steed, the pale steed, obviously that's the white horse, which we've had references to in the past, in the Rats music video and in various songs on that album. So yeah, we're vibing. We're going with, you know, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and I'm liking that. But I think there is more, because we're on this album, you know. We're on this album, and this album so far has been very reflective to, you know, it almost like your inner self, like you looking at your mirror and you're reflecting on your own self-image, and that's intriguing because this doesn't feel like that at the moment. But I'm gonna keep going because I feel like it's going to. I have a feeling. I love his pronunciation on Hades. It's like Hades, like the ease is really like prolonged. Why is that? Let me figure that out. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, let me just figure that out. So, swinging a sword, mongering. It's because there's less syllables there for him to use, so he's using a deliberate pause before follows him comes in. That's really clever songwriting. It means that you're not limited to having to go with the flow of what you did before. Instead of going on a beat or writing on a beat, he's actually writing on an offbeat, which we've seen him do before, but sometimes it's intriguing how he does it. This time he actually holds the note over the two spaces. Cool. Let me listen to that one more time. Yeah, that's cool. What's really intriguing about this song, right, is the fact that the keyboard in the background is completely with Tobias the whole time. It's almost like both him and the keyboard are like linked simultaneously, and they have to do everything together. And that is like quite strange and honestly very brave, because as a live performance that would be a nightmare for me, to constantly keep the keyboard in time with the singer, but then as a singer being completely in time with the keyboard. There'd be a lot of teamwork going on there. Cool. We're going into a other chorus, I think. But I feel like something's going to change. We've still got quite a lot of this song left. Let's keep going. Oh, man. Ooh, hello. Yeah. All right, okay. Again, like I said, the B flat on the main hook. Really cool. And then I like that there's like some ad-libs there. Tobias is really playful where he puts ad-libs, and he does it intentionally. Mainly for to fill spaces in, of course, because that's why ad-libs exist. But Tobias does it quite intelligently because he thinks about a live performance. When he's writing his songs, when he's recording his songs, when he has his songs ready to perform in front of a crowd, he intentionally has ad-libs that the crowd will cheer and the goulettes. Do not think for a second that the songs that you hear on this record are going to sound exactly the same as what you're going to hear live. Tobias is very, very clever at intentionally leaving things out so that when you hear it live, it has a different dynamic. And a lot of that goes with the goulettes and their backing vocal. Because I've watched the Right Here, Right Now music what was it, a music movie motion picture, and yeah, there's so many songs that are dynamically so much bigger because of the space intentionally left for more things to happen live, and ad-libs are huge for that. So if you're a singer or songwriter and you're thinking, how do I, change from a studio performance to a live performance and make these things have differences, and those differences actually matter and have weight? That's a huge one. Like ad-libs, amazing. Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the chorus slightly changes. We have extra lyrics here. So we've got, where are we? Disciples of the Evil One. There, watch. There's the ad-lib. They're crawling up the serpent's lair. There, the marks of the Evil One. This is really intriguing, and, like, I just feel like it is what it is. Like, it's just some sort of, you know, otherworldly experience that we're falling into. And it's really, really cool. Like, I love the idea of the chorus being so simple. I've said this a few times, but Ghost are so good at, like, simplicity being huge in their songs. So many times bands will literally just flood their music with shit that they don't need. Ghosts are so good at deliberately making things simple so that it's digestible and catchy. A major thing about Ghost songs is hooks, and this song is full of them. There is a really interesting thing happening though with the bridge. When the bridge comes in, I need to listen to when the bridge comes in. So we're ploughing through the seals like there is no tomorrow to be seen, as if the falling sky is nothing but an ancient dream, and when the sun eclipses, it's just abracadabra, some hocus pocus sham. Here they come, here they come, here they come. It's just an abracadabra, some hocus pocus sham. So, is he sort of saying that people are falling for something? Like, falling for, like magic? Falling for, like, some sort of trick? A hocus pocus scam? Interesting. Falling through the sky is nothing but an ancient dream, and when the sun eclipses, it's just abracadabra. Honestly, the lyrics in this album so far are so interesting to me, man. They're so, like, engrossing. Like, I'm reading them and I feel like I'm, like, getting lost in the world that he's creating. It's so cool. So far in this song, we've got a bunch of riders, right? We've got we got 4 riders. Fall on us and hide us from the tyrant who is satanically enthroned. The masks are spreading everywhere. Oh, the marks are spreading everywhere. Oh my goodness, this is taking me somewhat to decipher it. The last time I had a problem like this was when we did what was that song we did? It's like one of my favorites, Witch Image, yeah. And it was like intentionally, you know, quite hard to decipher. That's where I'm having a problem with at the moment, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the flow of the song for sure. Let me just get to this bridge. What changes? So the key changes, but often we get this in bridges. We get a slight change of key. We've gone from G minor to, let me listen to that again. As if the fallen sky, as if the fall. That's an E flat. Okay. There's a note there that's different from anything in the song. That's interesting. Is nothing but an ancient dream. There's a different note on that line. Let me try and hear that again. I really like the backing vocals on that line. It's just abracadabra, some hocus pocus sham. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. It's really, really quite cool. And let me just go through that. I love that as well. Sun eclipses. Sun eclipses. Because that's just sun eclipses. But again, he's toying with the song with syllables. We've said this a few times. But this is really, really intentional. It's cool. Eclipses. Abracadabra. I love the sham on the underneath as well. It's cool. Alright, where do we go after this? Oh, yes. Give me a solo. Okay. Ooh, mood change. Mood change. That's a really distant guitar. Ooh, okay, second solo. Okay. Keyboard solo. Guitar, maybe? Is that a guitar? Alright, we got more harmonies now in the chorus. And the bass is a lot higher in the mix. Oh my god, he's a vocal delivery on some of these notes it's gorgeous, man. The word lair there, it's really nicely sang. Let me hear that again. He like throws his voice sideways. That's really cool. So basically, that's something I've not seen him do before. So essentially, what he's doing is he's creating like vocal distance, which is really quite cool. It's a very different thing from what I've heard him do before, because like sometimes he does like spikes, so a sudden rise. But this is almost like he's trying to like move his voice to the side and back. It's really cool. La, la, la. That's cool. I've not seen him do that before. That's really interesting. Yeah, think about where you want your voice to fall. Do you want it to be, super punchy and sort of in the high end? Cool. That's amazing. Use your sort of head range, yeah? Do you want it to be a little bit grittier but still have that higher head range? Then use chest or a mixed voice. And then for everything low, always think about mouth positioning. Now, if you look at Tobias now in this new mask, I've been watching him singing on clips that have been coming up on YouTube. His mouth positioning is crazy. It changes all of the time. I don't know how this guy sang in a mask where it was covered, to be honest, because his facial expressions are very dramatic when he's trying to get to certain characters. I don't know how he managed so long without a mask. But yeah, kind of a little tangent there. But just think, when you're listening to Tobias singing, have a think about where he's taking his voice, and have that in your mind, and try and guess in your mind where it's falling. Is it right up there, low? Is it sideways like this one here? Or is it spiking? Is it going up all of a sudden? It's really quite cool. And then once you learn that, try it yourself in songs. It's really fun. I love that. I love that as well. So we've got the intentional sort of sidewards delivery on there, and on one is like one, which is like a tremolo, which means rapidly going up and down in volume. One. That's cool. Like, he's really thinking in this album about his delivery, and I have heard it in, like, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic singer, but I do feel like he limited himself in the last record. By the way, we're going to listen to this whole thing again, because there's definitely things that I'm missing on this one, and we're going to gradually find it together. I love the mood to this. So the second rider has joined the first rider. So we're talking about people that are riding together. We had a song literally just about riding together. So is this kind of following up from that? Interesting. Who is satanically enthroned? I love that. Who is satanically enthroned? So cool. So, like, there's so much theatre to the way he sings now. Yeah, the choruses are different. Ah, cool. He does the tremolo thing on every single time he does that one. It's definitely an F on that one. One. And then we go to a second verse. Third rider looks cool. A third rider looks cool on a steed black. A pair of scales in his hand. Why would he need a pair of scales? Like, when you're thinking of riders in this sense, I've always thought that they're sort of going to battle. I mean, one of them had a sword just. But what would a pair of scales? Well, how would that help in a battle? It wouldn't, would it? So it's got to be something else. A pair of scales in his hand. So he's trying to find balance in something. The fourth rider is Death. Rides a steed pale, and Hades follows him. That one's clearly obvious, right? It even says that he is Death. But the other riders are just kind of following in his wake, I guess. It's really interesting. It reminds me of like riddles that you get told as a kid. It feels like there's definitely something hidden here, and it's gonna frustrate the living shit out of me. But you guys in the comments can let me know what's going on. That would help a lot, to be fair, with this one. But yeah, yeah, like in terms of imagery and story at the moment, I can just picture these riders all riding together. It would make a really cool, cool music video.
Fourth rider is death, rides a steed, Bill and Hades follows him.
This keyboard is just consistent. I said this already. It's consistently in the same ballpark as Tobias, even in like later parts of the song.
Fall on us and hide us from the time
Even here,
to a satanic we enthrone.
in the chorus, not so much.
Rocks are spreading in.
It's changed to just chords.
Disciples of the evil one. They're crawling out.
I love that character as well for Watch. There's not really sometimes like when we think about writing lyrics, when we think about singing in a song, we always think, oh, okay, right, we got to be in pitch. Like, what's my pitch? What's the key of the song? You know, what's the instrument doing there? What's that? Oh, it's a G minor. Okay, so I've got to make sure, you know, if I'm gonna say the word watch, which is what I've written down here, that's got to be in the key of the G minor, hasn't it? Surely. No, it doesn't. You've got there, that's in G minor, and then watch. It's just a character that's just filling in the space. It's not in any sort of tuning, but it doesn't need to be. And this is another really, really cool thing that ghosts tend to do. They just throw in little nuances here and there. It's really cool. I love that.
Marks of the evil one. We're plowing through the seals like there is no tomorrow to be seen. As if the falling sky is nothing but an ancient dream.
An ancient dreaming, an ancient. That's really cool. He's like closing the word down. Ancient. Instead of just going, ancient, same key. Ancient. It's almost like the word is set to be in capital letters, and then all of a sudden it goes back to lowercase, but before it goes back to lowercase, it's shrinking. Ancient. Really cool. And that's on a B flat. And then the note that I've been trying to find on Dream is the one I'm trying to. This is the little bit of a mystery to me. Let me listen to it again. Dream and the and is D minor, and an ancient dream, and I love the delivery on these notes, man. It's so cool.
And when the sun eclipses, it's just abracadabra, some hocus pocus. Here they come, here they come, here they come.
Here they come. That's in D minor as well. Here they come. That's a cool delivery. What's going on there? Come. Yeah, he's throwing his voice up there. Come. Throwing it up into the head voice. That's cool. Solo. This solo's awesome, by the way. Might be my favourite one of the album so far. Man, this is really intriguing songwriting. Normally in a solo, you just let the solo cook until the chorus comes back in. It is what it is. They have like a breathing space There's a solo and then there's a breathing space between the second solo, which is really cool because it allows the second solo to come in a little bit more with major keys. That's what I've written down. So in the first solo, we've got no majors up until the last two measures. And in the second solo, we also have a C major in there, which is really cool. It's what I wrote down. I was really intrigued as to how they got that. So there's this mood change here. Lots of whispering. The drums are cool too. There's an intentional echo on the toms. It might be a kick actually. Yeah, see, that's a C major. Oh, that's nice. See, this second is this second solo a keytar? Because the way that they change the notes doesn't sound like a string instrument to me. It sounds modulated. Let me hear that again. Yeah, that's 100% a keytar. So hang on. So when does the keytar come in? Yeah, so there it is. Okay, so the first solo is a guitar. We then got this sort of like echoed space, and it's being filled with atmosphere and drama. And then all of a sudden, the keytar comes in. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to do that on the guitar. Unless it's a really modulated sound. I don't know actually. Is it two? I think there's two instruments. I think there's a guitar solo happening simultaneously with a keyboard solo. And they're really close in dynamic, and it's really strange because some of the changes that happen in the solo don't feel natural. They feel too rapid in the speed that they're able to be delivered. And I know that they're phenomenal guitarists, but it's unnatural in a way where you can hear the last note still. So that's got to be played on a different instrument. That's so cool. This will be cool to see live. Yeah, the harmonies are lower now. Yeah, the harmonies in the last chorus are really low. Everywhere, there, everywhere, evil one. Really cool. Gives it that extra low dynamic that was missing. If you keep playing this chorus, by the way, it bangs. It reminds me so much of Witch Image. Because Witch Image has the same chords. E flat, B flat, F. What's missing? We've got B. No, we haven't got a regular B. That's probably what's missing. Oh, an A flat as well. That's what's different. That's very different. So if this song had an A flat in it, it would be the exact same chord sequence as Witch Image. That's cool. That's why it's catchy, because Witch Image chorus might be the catchiest chorus Ghosts have ever written. That and Square Hammer. I love that delivery, man. Ah, okay. What was that? What was that random curse at the end? There is a fucking there. There is a fucking there. It reminds me of Tenacious D, that does. There's a fucking there. That's quite cool. Wow, really, honestly, this song, this might be one of those songs that we sit on for a long time and we go, you know, it is what it is. It's an album track, you know, it's just followed, you know, quite a big song. And it just kind of fits there as a bit of filler. But I'm going to hazard a guess and say that this is going to be the new Witch Image. And people randomly start to fall in love with this one. It's got the catchiness. I can hear that there, and it's literally not leaving my brain. And that's because of repetitiveness, which is very, very good as well. Very key in Ghost songs. So yeah, I couldn't get a grasp on the lyrics. I just saw like apocalyptic world of which there was a bunch of knights on steeds, and one of them happened to be death. Yeah, I couldn't get it. The plow through the steels like there is no tomorrow to be seen, as if the falling sky is nothing but an ancient dream, and when the sun eclipses, it's just so they're thinking, like, people are thinking that the end of the world is not happening and it's all just a load of hocus pocus, but then here they come, you know. Like, you know, well, okay, how do you explain that then? How do you explain them crawling up the serpent's lair? You know, the marks of the evil ones, they're here. That's what I'm getting. But I could be completely well off, and that's absolutely fine. Interpretation is a massive thing in Ghost songs. But yeah, that was really fun. Definitely going to be a grower for sure. I'm gonna have to listen to this in the scheme of the album to see exactly where it fits, because it's different from anything I've heard so far on the album, which is always a good thing. It always is. But then listening to it as an album piece is going to be really interesting with that in mind. Cool, let's talk about it. Yeah, guys, that was cool. I'm really liking this album, man. I don't get all the hate for this album. There's still a lot of what we love about Ghost in these songs. There's still the things that, you know, we can't get enough of. The hooks, the catchiness, you know, the slightly complex, hard to understand lyrics, and, you know, soaring solos, and, you know, hooks coming out of everywhere. And so I don't really understand the hatred for this album. I think it's just because it's very different from the last one. That's what people can't get their head around, I don't think. And different things and differences in general aren't always a bad thing, guys. Seriously. Like, if you just wanted the same album as last time, you know, then, I mean, what would be the point in that? We've got to hear different music. And the fact that we are noticing the differences between this album and the last, it just makes you respect them as songwriters even further, because how do you follow that album with a different sound and yet still sound like Ghost? You know, that's what's really cool about them. They can change up feelings and genres and everything, but still sound like Ghost. And that's what I love about them so much. But yeah, guys, this has been one of those videos, really, where you've just seen me kind of scratching my head, scratching my beard. Ooh, what the hell's going on? But I was really, really intrigued by this one. This one's going to be one that I listen back a lot. And if you enjoyed that video, guys, and you're enjoying all of the videos so far on the channel, why not like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell. We are getting very close now to that magic 1,000 subscribers, guys. We are so close. And if we can do that soon, I would be absolutely ecstatic. Over here we've got our Discord. Over here we've got the Patreons. Thank you everybody who has supported the channel so far. You've all been absolute legends. Feel free to see what's going on with the Patreon, and there you can find the details for our Discord. Thanks to Stain for actually putting that Discord together and everything, and thanks to everybody for sticking around and enjoying this journey and appreciating this style of video, you know, really breaking down and taking our time, no matter how long it takes. If this video took 2 hours, I would still upload it, because it took me 2 hours to figure it out. You know what I mean? If you buy a puzzle from a shop and it's got like 3 pieces, then fair enough, it's only going to take you 3 minutes. But if you buy a puzzle and it's like 1,000 pieces, and you know they're all really tiny, and you eventually solve it, it's going to take you longer than 3 minutes, but you're still going to have the same enjoyment, because that's why you bought the puzzle in the first place. Think of it like that, and you'll enjoy my videos a lot more. Right, nice one, guys. I will see you on the next one, yeah? Catch you soon, and all look after yourselves and everything, and yeah, see you in a bit. Bye, bye, bye.